Howdy, folks. Welcome back to Outer Wilds. It's been a while. It's been, I suppose, a bit over a month since I last played this. Finished up the main story at the end of, well, not last month, but the month before. Um, and just needed to take a quick break to just think about the game that I had finished at the time. And oh, hold on, just a moment. There we go. Um, just think about the game before moving directly into the expansion. So now that I've freed up a little time between the different games that I'm playing, I am coming back to this and moving into Echoes of the Eye. So, it may take me a few minutes once I'm in to remember how to play, you know, and we'll see where we go from there. I know. Well, let me just jump into this real quick. All right. So here we are, back where we usually start. All right, these are my controls. And yeah, if I remember correctly, up here is my ship and all the notes on what I've done so far. Yep, my suit on. And let me check here. There we are. Okay, so how do I zoom? And there we are. Those buttons. Okay. So I know that I have missed some stuff, marked by the little stars on each one of these. So I'm not going to 100% everything. What is this? Sun station. I never managed to get to the sun station. So, there's a bunch of this that I haven't finished up. What I think I want to do is, um, over the last couple of days, I've been mentioning trying to get a more casual stream going, after my normal streams, so I usually go 3 to 6 hours. Well, for Outer Wilds, I usually go for about 3 hours. Um, and then I'm pretty much done for the day. But, I thought about maybe I should just have more of a casual stream, one that I'm not streaming to both YouTube and Twitch at the same time, just something for Twitch only, I guess. Um, where I'm just casually playing different games, um, not really trying to make a stream out of it, but just, you know, the stuff that you wouldn't normally, um, or the stuff that you'd skip for a normal stream, I guess. You know, like uh, trying to land on the sun station, because I heard from somebody that is actually an achievement. So, for this game, if I were to play it off stream, I would be trying to get, this extra information that I missed on these two locations, or try to land on the sun station with my ship, or just, getting all the achievements, that sort of thing. Something that isn't, that could end up being monotonous, but still entertaining in its own way. That sort of thing. You know, um, but I've run into a few problems. Last couple of times I tried to stream like that. I don't know what it is. I need to figure it out. Maybe I just tried at the wrong time and YouTube was being upset about something. I don't know. I need to look into it and see what I need to fix. I'll still try, and if I succeed, then I will post that I am streaming. But anyway, um, as far as this one's going, though, that's not what I wanted. That button. As far as this one goes, I want to start the expansion. This button. There we are. Now, somewhere is a blinking red dot. It's over here. It's really far away, but I need to get to it. That should work. If I remember correctly, I need to go here first to figure out where I need to go for the expansion. At least that's what I was told by some viewers previously. So I tried to do it one time on stream, and they told me not to because this is how you start the expansion. So I didn't do it. But I know I'm supposed to be here. And something is like there was something that crosses. Did I see the museum exhibit? Probably. It has been a little over a month, so you know what? With that in mind, let me just start the cycle over, and I will take a look. So, museum. I have seen some museum exhibits. I know at the beginning of the game I went. That's the start of the breadcrumbs. Okay, so yeah, I believe. Well, I mean, I suppose I can just. Oh, that's right. It's releasing that jumps. Just, but if you prefer to go off on hints from other players, I won't tell you. Well, okay. What I have done before is, well, actually, let me go to the ship and show you my logs. So I believe I had started following the breadcrumbs before, and I had gotten to a point where I was going to find out where this was going to be, and somebody told me that I shouldn't because that was the start. So if I go in here, like, I think it's this radio tower. So the radio tower had a bunch of photos from different angles of the space satellite. And one of them had a mysterious object appear in the photo. And I believe I have to get to the satellite at that specific angle to see what it is I need to see. And because I didn't want to spend an entire um, cycle, or like 20 minutes or whatever it is, 22, I think, is the exact number. Because I didn't want to spend that entire cycle trying to figure out when it gets to that angle, I uh, I did a little bit of experimentation offline where I would try to figure out where the angle was at what time, and then just go to it during the stream. And that's when I was informed that I shouldn't. Um, so I believe that I need to get to it as quick as I possibly can because I believe it is getting to that angle at this very moment. Also, welcome. Certainly appreciate you being here. Alright, so it is over here. And I think I need to be here. I may need to do a little bit. I think I completed the base game. I did at the end of August, I believe, is when I last played this. So I did a good 8 streams, each about 3 hours long, going through the game. I did miss some things, you know. I never made it to the Sun Station. There's a couple of records that I've missed somewhere. And I think at some point I will probably try to find those, but not necessarily on a stream. Well, it will be a stream, but not a YouTube and Twitch recorded stream. I think I might just do it as a extremely casual middle of the night stream. So it'll be up on Twitch for a bit, and then it'll be gone probably after like 7 days or however long they keep a hold of it. So, you know, just do a couple things that I wouldn't normally do for a stream, like some of the achievements, say trying to land on the Sun Station with a ship, or okay, right there I think is what I am trying to aim for. So I think at this point, if I just fly this way, I don't think I can select it. So I should also be careful while approaching it. This way. Oh. Hello? Well, that looks like a destination. It is very dark here. How do I... don't remember how to rotate, so give me a moment. There's spaceships here. Can I just... okay, there we go. I have landed. Welcome to the DLC. Well, thank you. And bear with me. Again, it's been a little over a month since I played, so I gotta remember what all my buttons do, or where I have set them all. All right, I do have my a spacesuit on, so don't need to worry about that. Um, Interesting. I don't suppose that gave me a ship log, did it? No, not yet. Maybe I'll have to explore first. All right. Now, it's a little dark in here. I do have a flashlight. Okay. Been playing a bit of Starfield. Wait, do I have a flashlight? Yes. I'll do fine. I'm just here to watch and judge. As we all are, I suppose. Um, Been playing a bit of Starfield, so I've got a little bit of that control scheme going on. I know you have to hold down a button for a flashlight there, so. All right. Um, so we've got some spaceships here. Be kind of interesting if I could, like, again, thinking of Starfield, commandeer one of these ships and replace my own. But I suppose, it'd be a new cycle, so I wouldn't be able to keep a hold of it. Also, the kind of flying through mist aspect here, or maybe going through a tunnel. I guess you can kind of see things going on out there. Like, that's probably the interloper flying by right over there. I don't know. Well, maybe not. Maybe it's the hull of the ship that I'm seeing. Anyway, there's stuff over here that I should probably explore before I run out of time. Also, I'm going to be very slow at exploring. So until I actually have objectives, I may end up going to specific spots multiple times. Um, oh, unknown language. Okay. Um, but yeah, I'll probably end up going to a place several times over just to make sure I've gotten things, or don't I have? Oh, did I? All right, trees detected at least. All right, this seems to run off of flashlight power. I don't know what it's doing. Oh, maybe I have to do that. Oh, there's another door over here. Did I manage to get the right door? Maybe. Steps are going up here. And we're inside a room. Again, things seem to be powered by flashlight. Alright, so an elevator, I guess? Or... not an elevator. Oh boy. Okay, I think I'm understanding it a little bit. Okay. Let me turn that off so I'm not activating things accidentally. Alright, so I guess we're on a space station. We've got ourselves rotating, so artificial gravity, I suppose. A raging river that seems to go all the way around. So I suppose, if anything, I do not want to stop the rotation of this space station or whatever it may be, spaceship perhaps, because that might just throw all the water everywhere. Okay. Oh, is this a map? All right, so we've got a bridge going to a building of some sort. I guess it's just... Oh, I can still not read the language. Looks like it has been a while. Updated the ship log for something. Looks like the wood is starting to rot in places. Gotta be careful turning on my flashlight in this area, though. This appears to be a tall race of some sort. Alright, how did I... There we are. Got some kind of triangular chess going on there. Possibly a solitaire type chess game because, well, there are two glasses. I was thinking with only one chair might be solitaire, but with two glasses there's probably somebody. Oh, hello. Oh, pick up lantern. Alright, so I'm guessing this is our race that we're unable to translate. So they've got antlers. I guess they are green. That could also be because it is an old picture. I don't know. Just learning a few things. Can already see the sun glowing red over there. Alright, wonderful. Time is still ticking away. I guess we can put the lantern down if we have reason to. Just somebody's house, I guess. Oh, that doesn't sound good. What's going on? Oh boy. Well. Okay. This is probably not good. Let me see if I can get on that boat before bad things happen. Because, ow. Nope. Oop. All right. So something happened. It must have been me that broke it. We got more rafts just sliding down the river. And you know, this is how it's going to go. I'm going to take my sweet time, and things are going to break in the meantime. I can kind of see The water just flowing through. That, well, maybe not. It looks like it was going past that, but maybe not. Okay. Um, so first thing of note is I do have a limited time to explore things right at the beginning before things change. So I might not need that anymore. Um, all right. I've got a few things to look at. That's definitely interesting. But so is this house over on the side. And of course, it's dark in here. All right then. Oh, we've got another lantern in here. Wonderful. Oh, another. Won't spoil anything, but how about a reminder from the base game? Sure, by all means. I will take suggestions, you know, and, the occasional spoiler if it looks like I'm taking too long. But I appreciate you asking first. That's for certain. But yeah, reminder from the base game. Go for it. All right. Okay, so just remember I have tools. Oh, gotta set that down. Oh, you mean like, yeah, like the signal scope. And this thing. Yes, thank you for that reminder. I would have gone on for a bit before I remembered things like that. But yeah, let me check this, I guess. We still have ventures, quantum fluctuations. Interesting that I can't hear any of this from inside here. Huh. So we've got kind of a signal proof. That's all. I'll only say it because you've been away from the game. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I do know that this has both a launch mode and a photo mode. So I can still take pictures, which I do remember was a big thing for the quantum stuff. Alright, it also looks like this does something when I shine a light into it, but not when it has a lantern in it. But then again, the lantern does look like it's broken, so it's probably not working. There's this thing down here. Last time I touched this, it dropped the floor out from underneath me. I don't have a reverse button, but that's probably because I've changed around my settings. So, and this is yet another house that would benefit me from arriving early. I see. Alright, so maybe if I go over the loop, maybe if I slip and slide around. There we go. Oh. Again, I have to remember that I duck down before I jump. So, there we go. And then, I don't know if I'll be able to make it up there. Okay, good. What do we got? Got a bit of a walkway. Doesn't really lead to anything, I don't think. Ah. Glad I wasn't in there. Oh boy. All right then. Hmm. Got things still floating along, or maybe just more things floating along. Oh, well, that's the end of a cycle. Seems interestingly timed for this to fall over. Ow. During this point in time. Huh. Alright, well. Normally I would reset at this point because I can meditate, but I would like to see what happens at the end of a cycle while I'm in here. Because a lot of times that can change depending on where you are. Also, it gives me a little bit more time to look around. Okay, so definitely soundproof, because otherwise I'd be hearing the sun approaching at this point. I assume it's going to happen. Yes? No? Hmm. Oh, I was gonna say that's all sparkly, and then whatever that was happened. Interesting. So, last I saw that happen was when I was too far away for the 22-minute mark for the sun to reach me. So, um, oh, hey, hold up a sec. Yeah. I already know about the launch codes. What? No, I was going to tell you about using the ship log to set destination markers for locations you visited before. It's a brilliant feature if I say so myself. Dead useful. And the risk it poses if shorting out the fuel regulator and causing the ship to explode is so minimal that only Gossan would worry about it. Wait, so how do I use it? When you're on your ship, open up its log to the location you want to mark. Anywhere is fine, as long as you've been there at least once. Okay. Hop in the pilot seat and the ship will throw up a destination marker on your display. It's that easy. Wow, Slate, how'd you come up with with these incredible ideas? Oh, I do the best I can with what I've got. Really, you're too kind. Slate, you're a technological marvel. Or, this was extraordinarily convenient timing. Thanks. Sure thing, actually. Anyway, I've got a fire to enjoy, and you've got launch codes to grab. Go wild with the marking feature while you're out there. Just try not to follow it so directly you fly into the sun, okay? That's true. Thank you, Slate. Oh, and that was the quantum moon for a moment. Alright, spacesuit. And time to look at the ship log. Got a couple new things to look at. The Stranger. A massive artificial ring world hidden within some sort of cloaking field. Does not appear to be Harthian or Nomian, or Nomian in origin. And I guess it wants me to mark that, which is my destination. Or, I suppose... Oh, that shows up for anything. Cool. Alright. The River Lowlands, a low-lying region near the entrance to the Stranger. There are wooden buildings along the banks of the river. There's more to explore here. Of course there is. And a pair of small rocky islands connected by a village of stilt houses. Alright, so we mark that. And then he said, just sit down in the seat. I'm a little curious if, I don't know what speed I approached it at before, but I am kind of curious if it changes my speed when I get there, kind of like when I'm going through the different portals in the Bramble. But that works. This seems different than before. Maybe I'm approaching from a different angle this time. Nope, there it is. Okay. I just didn't see the entry point. Wonderful. Oop. Perfect. That just took a little bit of a ding to the hull. That's okay. I don't expect to be leaving. Okay, so back inside we go, I guess. Till I know a little bit more about what's going on here. Still unknown language. And there we go. Getting a little bit of extra speed going this time. This is a different place. Or a different spot. I guess I can't push the raft while I'm in it. Oh. Yeah, ghost matter. But I think I can still get around it. Maybe not. I mean, I can go between it. Ah, this'll work. Up the stairs. Interesting to note that this place has not been a mute. Alright. Not up the stairs. This place has not evaded the ghost matter phenomenon. Aha. Alright, so if I, there we go. Just avoid that half of the house, I guess. Artifact. What it kind of artifact is this? Looks... Okay, there's multiple ones. Right, it's just that half of the house that I need to worry about. That doesn't look like anything. Oop. And these look like artifacts too. But I guess they don't do anything. Alright, so there are artifacts in here that I probably need for something. Might as well grab one. Oh, hello. It does a thing. Not sure what that does. Let's go ahead and take it with me, though. Well, actually... Oh, right. I got a bit close there. Let's keep looking around the island here. So there's probably more here that I need to do. I might miss some things. Just because, you know, multiple things require my attention at some times. Looking at the pictures while looking at the screen. Alright, this side doesn't seem to be affected by ghost matter, though. Again, no language. Oh. That's the same picture as before. I do need to keep in mind that... Ah. I see. The dam breaks. Alright. Maybe I should pick up my pace a bit. Let's take a look over here. Oh, a lantern that works. Alright, we've got a lantern. We've got two lanterns. One lantern, two lanterns, one lantern. So, sitting by some candles, fishing. All right. Sure, there are some clues that I am missing. Let's take a look over here. Also, I don't know where the closest boat is. So, when things go bad, oh, insert a lantern? Alright, still does nothing. I probably need more than just a lantern. Oh, hello. Okay. Interesting doors. But it does make sense with how it seems like uh, this place works off of light and stuff. Let me see if I can work my way to some higher land real quick. Maybe avoid the oncoming rush of water that's about to happen. Alright, there's no boat here. Can I... No. Not from there. Nope. Okay. Just wanted to try a couple times. This might be high enough that I don't have to worry about it. Oh, there's a boat. You know what? Let's go over to the boat. Yep, let's go to the boat. Wish I could hold on to something. Oh, there goes the boat. And I'm back here again. Alright, I know that I can get onto this over here. There we are. So, staying on the boat is a little more difficult than I thought. Alright. So, let's get into this thing while it is still vertical. Okay, so this has the same pictures as the other one did. 21211. I think we're missing a lantern in here. At least if I'm supposed to have lanterns in a specific spot. Let's see. So I was over there last time and I came across this way. So I will head over this way. I hope that's not too deep into the water. Might be, though. We're good. Oh, hey, look at that. That's, the eye. In a either very old wooden building or one that was burned. Which, if it was burned, that would lead me to think that they despised the eye, or they had reason to be angry about it, or something, or they liked it to begin with, and just like the Nomai, eventually some people decided that it was a bad thing, or not necessarily worth going for. Alright, can I activate this? I can. Alright, let's... Oh, we got some music going. Like hopping into the river. Alright, let's head over to this bank. Nope, nope, nope. Head over to the bank. There we go. Alright, what do we have over here now? Up the stairs. Can I see? There's a bit of a tunnel. Okay, that whitewater area looks like that's where the dam used to be, perhaps, just by note of where the two sides are. Maybe. Got a log updated for something. Guessing that over there. This might also be a place that I should try to get to early on. Assuming that this was a bridge all the way across, of course. Okay. Well, let's head back down and take a look. And of course, these first few cycles are going to be a lot of looking around, not understanding things, the usual beginning stuff. But every time I am learning a little bit, I know there are lanterns that do things. I know that there are some kind of grabby artifacts that are used for something. Alright, suppose I need to push this back into the water. And here's a bunch of broken something. Guess we don't really have a current where I'm currently sitting. At least not until I get over this way. not sure what the red things are for. Let's go over here. Oh, ship log updated for something. And it sounds like you're ending another loop. So, get as much exploring done as we possibly can before we're done. Okay. So this seems like nothing over here. At least at the moment. You know. Oh, hello. Some sort of... What is that? I'm gonna just have to swim over to it. No boat for the time being. I got some kind of sparkly bit at the top. It's like I've seen on the building that fell over. Might need to get to this point. There's some buildings over there. Yeah, it's definitely the dam. Which means that this whole place is actually underwater to begin with. So this thing is also underwater. Might need to try to get up there. I mean, maybe those buildings over there are above water to begin with. But I might need to try to sail around a little bit quicker this next time. Just ignore the first half this time around. Now that I've seen a couple things in that area. And get to this second half before the dam breaks. Which I assume... I didn't really time it out. But I assume it happens about halfway through. Or possibly 15 minutes through, something like that. But halfway through would make sense to, you know, give you half the time. Oops, that's not what I want yet. I need to set my destination first. And also to look at the new stuff. Alright, oh, too far. An enormous reservoir with wooden piers and buildings on both shores. Okay, that's what updated when I entered this last area, I think. Found several ornate metal artifacts inside a workshop surrounded by ghost matter. A cliffside building. Saw a building marked with a unique symbol recessed into one of the canyon walls, but the bridge that used to lead to it has rotted away. Okay, so that was the really long bridge. Well, the bridge was gone, but I was on one side when the whole thing updated. So I guess the bridge is always out. So I'm guessing I have to find a way across somehow. I found a large metal symbol for the eye of the universe inside a burned out building. Okay, so it was a burned out building. Which leads me to believe that at some point somebody wasn't happy with it. Also, it looks like the stranger is already marked, or continues to be marked. That's handy. Also, it seems to be in a different spot, maybe? That doesn't seem right. And roll to a park. Wonderful. But stranger seemed closer this time than it was before. Maybe because I've been to it a few times and doesn't need to hide from me or anything like that. I don't know. Okay. And we are here again. Okay. The dam has no cracks in it at the moment. Alright, let's take a trip around. So the artifacts are in there. We've got a few buildings over here that I will want to explore at some point. That building definitely looks like it's something. It is, in fact, the one that is pictured a few times, I think. And then we come to some rapids. So I need to be a little careful here. All right. Then there's that. Let's go over here for a moment. Legs don't work very well. Can't jump over. Well, then again, like this entire place is supposedly... Oh, this is the burnt building. Okay. Yeah. Alright, let's go back to the ship. I've been here. I thought this might have been something I missed. But yeah, this entire place seems like it was built by a race far taller than we are. This side seems a little safer than that side. Then again, I just didn't see the rocks yet. Alright. A little to the side, avoid those. Alright. There we go. We're through. Ow. Alright. And this... Excellent. I guess that's what it means when the light is on. Is that it can pick up a boat. Alright, so... The dam is still over there. I guess that's the reservoir. And over here, this is probably a spot that I've been to already. But let's go up this way and find out anyway. if nothing else. Okay, this is the bridge that's out. Slowly learning how this goes. We've got an entrance over there. We've got something there. Oh, thank you for the follow. I was wondering what that noise was. I'm not used to that yet. Oh, the lights flickered. Something's going on. That sounded like something activated and used the power to a point where everything flickered. Those are those three chains that went down to a bell-like structure. Um, it's hard to see underwater. What is that? Oh, that's a boat. Okay. How about over here? That was a bit of a bad spot. Let's try there. Can't really see too much. It does look like it has one of those light doors on it. Then over here. Oh. I guess it's just another landing. Alright, let's go back to the boat. Let's sail over that way before the the thing breaks. A very patient, thorough way of exploring. I appreciate hearing your thoughts as you go. Well, thank you. Part of the reason why I try to be the way I am is, you know, I watch a lot of people play games, and some of them just don't have the patience to look at everything, I guess. And I do know I'm missing things as well, partly because I don't know what I'm looking for. But I see a lot of times people just miss things because they're too impatient. Hello, welcome. Oh, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. But I see people play through. Oops, wrong buttons. Uh, they play through games quickly, and sometimes they just miss a lot of things because they're just too impatient at the time to uh, to take a moment and have a look around. And for me, I try to avoid that kind of a situation by, taking it a little bit slower, have a bit more of a look around, possibly more than I need to sometimes. And yeah, I try to keep an eye out for different things, you know? And then eventually, hopefully, uh, I realize, hey, that's what I was looking at, or this thing that I saw earlier would help out in this situation. A lovely way to approach this game. Oh, thank you. Um, but, sometimes that also leads to me spending a lot of time. Like, if you guys ever go back and watch my uh, playthrough of the main game, I do have those up on YouTube if you ever are curious. Um, I spend a lot of time in Brittle Hollow because it's always falling apart. There's different ways to get to your destinations, and there's just a lot there to explore, So a lot on the surface, a lot underground. And I spend like 2 or 3 episodes just in Brittle Hollow. Let's see. What is this? All right, looks like we have a combination lock of some sort. Left to right. Okay, so we've got moon phase, moon phase, moon phase, ringed planet, sun, star, I guess, which differentiates from the sun. What do we have here? I don't know what that's supposed to be. Maybe an eye and a flame. Hold on. Just having a look while this happens. Okay, there goes the boat. Everything is sinking, or the water is sinking. That broke. That is revealing itself. A lot of things break. And I mean, it looks like those are doors, but I was over there in the last cycle, and they aren't really doors. Fun fact, Chert is 5'4". Oh, and here comes the water cycling through again. Cool. Brittle Hollow is my favorite planet for all of the lore it contained. Chert is tiny. Does that make the hatchling a giant in comparison? Maybe. I mean, that is true if 7 foot tall for the hatchling. Okay. I mean, no matter like 9 foot tall, and it looks like whatever this race is also, pushing on 10 feet tall or something. Um, but it's perspective height, Like, sure, 5'7" um, seems tall to us, but to Hearthians, it's not so much. All right, so because the water drained, there might be a few things. All right, I have less of a jump than I thought I would right there. There might be a few more things to explore, although I didn't get exploring to begin with, but that's fine. 7'7", 12'7". Okay. All right, in here. Oh, we have a different picture. I guess perhaps a family picture. Um, that kind of looks like the symbol. I mean, not completely, but somewhat similar to on the lock, or maybe an Among Us. Oh, we have another projector room in here. This definitely is starting to look a bit familiar, so I probably need a lantern. Oh, let's just open this door while it's here. Alright, that's back to this room. Wonder if that's a necessary thing at some point. Like, are we gonna have to avoid this room at some point? Oh, wait. This was the room, wasn't it? Hmm. Yeah, this was the room we came in. Never mind. Now, what I said before, many gamers get frustrated with this game because it doesn't hold their hand when they're really too impatient to look carefully. It's true. And, you know, but, also, I know that there is a bit of frustration involved in the fact that you only have 22 minutes uh, to look at everything, and that can also make people uh, feel like they're being rushed to get things done. And at times, that is the case. Um, uh, in my experience, well, the final part of the main game. That's true. There is a time constraint. Yes. Like the main game, there is in fact a very real time constraint when trying to get through the last part of the game without going into spoilers. What is that? Oh, I am. Alright, that's something. I'm guessing, like, this definitely fell over when the water receded. Um, and I guess I can hop down there. Uh, can I get back if I do? Looks like there's a path there, so maybe. What's this? Oh, a slide reel. Okay. Well then. Somewhere there is a place for me to use this. Like in this house or something. I believe is where it was. Oh, and there's lantern right there. Excellent. Can't see. There we go. So does this go in here? Okay. So that fits. Can I just use... Kind of. Hold on. Let me get the lantern. Alright. So... And then down here was the controls. Alright, so... We've got a planet. I assume we're going in a clockwise rotation here. A planet leading to the eye, leading to an artifact, leading to a structure of some sort. Oh, hold on a second. Let me scroll back. That let me read through this. No offense, but it sounds like you're being a bit of a jerk when saying no one can enjoy the game because everyone must have instant gratification. But while, yes, some people don't like slow paced games, I won't say Outer Wild is a slow paced. Okay, we'll say the game isn't for everyone. Some can get annoyed dying over and over, which is fair. It can get annoying to die all the time and feel like you're getting nowhere. It's mainly the fact that this game, it makes you think differently. Okay, yeah, I can agree with that. Yes, the favorite pastime of anyone who finished Outer Wilds. Okay, yeah, I can definitely see that. Uh, sorry, I, I, I have my text box a little bit larger, so what you said kind of scrolled off of the screen, so I had to move over and take a look at that. So apologize for the quick pause in the game, but the game does still hold your hand quite a bit, but not at the start. And that is true, and you know, uh, 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 need to finish where to start. True. Um, there is then you go yeah, um there is some hand holding in games. um if Sometimes it's if you just know where to look, and a lot of times the game doesn't necessarily tell you where to look for the the tutorial stuff or the information, or it shows it once and then you never have the option to bring it back up again. I'm not speaking about this game in specifically, um, but just games in general. Just because I know that a lot of times nowadays games are published, they're sold, and like instruction manuals just aren't really a thing anymore. I remember getting a new game, back before I could drive myself to the game store. Have to ask my parents, hey, can you bring me to the store so I can get this new game? And then on the way home, I open it up and I start flipping through the instruction manual because I've got, 10 minutes before I can get home and actually play the game. But a lot of games don't do that anymore. And the ones that do, they are um, digital, and you have to find out where they've actually stored that information, whether it's in the game itself or, on their website or something like that. And I think personally, I should play Tunic. I will write that down and take a look at it. But that'll be for after the stream. Um, but it's just a lot of information that no longer gets referred to the player anymore. I remember poring over the manual forever before booting it became for the first time. Exactly. And, some manuals are less informative than others. Sometimes they're just like a 5 page, here's a bunch of pictures, here's what the controls are, that sort of thing. But then you have um, games like, which was it? It's one of the Elder Scrolls games. Just had like an 80-page manual that told you about the world and stuff in it and stuff like that. Or the original Masters of Orion game had a good 120-page booklet that told you about all the ships and stuff like that, which also back then it used it as a password system. It was like, go to this page, and the word that you need to sign into the game is the fifth word on the 80th page or something like that. that sort of thing. And I do kind of miss that, but at the same time, I know that making an instruction manual is it uses a lot of ink, a lot of paper that doesn't necessarily need to be done, especially when things are digital nowadays. You know, personally, I like a physical copy still of things, but in the past few years, I haven't been able to uh, get that sort of thing. So, like I can't just have like Final Fantasy 16 just sitting on a shelf because I bought the game digitally and I don't want to buy a physical copy after I already own it. That sort of thing, you know. Um, I'm also noticing that it doesn't seem like time is passing while I am in this. I guess this considers me reading something at the moment. So I apologize about that. I didn't realize the game had paused, basically, because that's how I set it up in the options. So I wouldn't have to worry about time running out while I'm reading something, to an extent, of course. Um, but okay, so check if the game counts it as reading. It might not. I don't know. I know if the ending music were playing, it would not stop. I know that from past experience. Um, but yeah, I did set the option so it will pause if I'm talking to somebody or reading something on the wall. Um, so this is obviously telling me something. Um, Maybe it's telling me these are three symbols from top to bottom, but then, hold on, if I leave, I can get a closer look. Like that looks like one uh, ring, two rings, one on the either side, and then three rings. And there's the music. So I know at this point it's too late. Some like us to read first and do the tutorials, and others just like to skip right into the action and figure it out on their. And that is fair, there are times I've done that too. Either way is valid, but no one should blame the gamer for weakness of their own style. I, that's true. Um, you know, I it's just the way that I do things. I try to get as much information about things before making decisions. Um, Sometimes, of course, if there's a time limit, I just jump right in, that sort of thing, and have to learn as I go. But I my playstyle is definitely learn as much as I can within reason about something before moving on or trying to do something with it. So, like, I this doesn't make any sense to me at the moment, but I'm gonna be trying like these three symbols are probably something I'm going to be trying to fit into places that have three options, or wherever I see this thing. I mean, it doesn't look like the bell that's outside. Then again, maybe it's upside down, because it certainly has a bell shape if you were to flip it over. Hmm. Not accusing you of anything personally, just making in general. Hey, no worries. You know, even if you were accusing me, if it's valid, then that's just how it is. Um, I don't like. I try not to create waves, but you know, there's always going to be. I'm sure I'm going to say something that's going to ruffle feathers, and that it happens. I try not to, but sometimes it happens. What is this? Oh, is this meaning that that's where my target is at the moment? I guess so. I didn't really learn anything for the log this time through, but I think I learned a little bit for myself this cycle. Also, now that um, I've had a few times to start again, I can definitely see that the stranger is, in fact, in the same place every time. Or at least it has moved to this same place every time. Have I really been playing for an hour and a half already? I suppose I have, with 3 cycles. Oh, alright, this is rotating. Is there another entrance that I'm not seeing? Don't think so. Like, this one is lit up for sure. There we go. It does freeze time while reading a slide. Well, thank you for uh, affirming that. Now I know that I can look at a slide without having to worry about time passing. And apparently, this cycle, I looked at it just seconds before the cycle ended. Okay, so looks like Reels currently modding this game. Oh, cool. Modding game, like, I'm not, I don't know enough to be the type to actively mod a game, but I am certainly the type of person that will use mods for games, I guess. So, for example, like Baldur's Gate 3 um, or well, any Bethesda game, I guess. I certainly do enjoy modded games. I feel that the modding community definitely adds things to a game. Sometimes it's needed, and all right. So this looks like it's supposed to grab something. Or maybe focus something? Oh, I suppose right up at the top it says focus. So that's supposed to focus something. So, let me put the artifact down for a moment and bring this up. Okay, there's one there, one there, one there. So I can get through off to the side. Did I play the base game with keyboard or controller? I used keyboard. Um, I did have a controller on standby if I needed it, but I was able to do this pretty well on my own. I just needed to change the key bindings. Um, that being said, of course, I am left-handed, so I had to adjust pretty much every key. Uh, Keyboard. How did I find the bramble? Difficult. But then, I think the bramble is supposed to be difficult. All right, and then from over here, I think I am past all of that. So pick this up. I don't know if there's anything over here that I need this for. Should feel wrong, and I should feel ashamed. Oh, okay. I feel ashamed, but it's not going to stop me from playing left-handed. Mod I'm making is a story-based mod about the DLC. Okay, cool. Alright, so what is this? I suppose I'm supposed to use this over here for something. Maybe. Nope. Alright. And that's something activating. Alright. Switched to controller after the bramble. It took me so long to figure out the key to escaping the fish was not trying to go full tilt. It's true. There are certain points where you can go full tilt, though. Because I found out, like, the branches, well, the bramble itself does get in the way of the fish. So if you know that there's one of those in the way, you can just hit the gas, and the fish can't get to you because there's a bramble in the way. Gonna include a scrapped mechanic of using your flashlight as Morse code, a dots and dash thing to open doors and such. That would be neat. Just make sure you include like a template of what, like, not necessarily the entire Morse code, but just like the ones that you intend to use. Because Morse code is one of those things that not everybody uh, knows very well. I mean, as much as I like Morse code, um, I myself don't know anything. Like, I and just like everyone else, I know SOS, and that's about it. I don't know many other letters. Um, of a given combo you use. Okay, cool. Eh, cool. As long as you establish, you know, what is needed and don't go off of, like, I guess, real life knowledge or something. Like, you have to know Morse code in order to figure this puzzle out, that sort of thing. Means nothing in code, it just uses the long and short stuff. Okay. You can see all the codes you know in the ship log. Cool. And that is actually something I appreciated in this game, is when you found the code for the eye, you actually recorded it as a picture in your ship log. So you could then just reference it whenever you needed to. And I know I'm taking a lot of time, but I am enjoying chatting with y'all. So, you know, so when the DLC came out, you could not see the slide reels on the ship log, which sucked. Oh. Oh, because the DLC changed stuff, I guess? I don't know. Programming is something I thought about in my early days, but I never got around to being good at it. I just got enough to understand slightly what was going on. Artifact does not fit. Okay. What about if I... No? Hmm. Got all the time in the 20... in the world, 22 minutes at a time. That is true. Oh. There's a slide reel that I missed the first time. See, this is why I like to take my time to explore. Because as I said, I missed this. Also, there's more up here. Okay. 22 minutes at a time. Alright, so... Some of my favorite music from the DLC comes from the slide reels. Oh, music from the slide reels. Good to know. Let me see if I can find a lantern. Whoops. Okay, good to know that the flashlight can close those doors. Doesn't look like there's a lantern here, though. Alright, can I get at least partial information? So this one has planet in the middle and an artifact down below. You guys might be hinting at something he hasn't quite pieced together yet, but almost. Okay, well, we'll see. I mean, hinting at something, I don't know. I do prefer spoiler free if possible. Um, but, sometimes hints won't, click until I've actually encountered such a thing. Alright, actually, can I put... Time to go. Don't worry, I'm not doing poorly at all. Just a distraction. Hey, you know what? I prefer the distraction sometimes. I've had plenty of streams where there was nobody, and I'm just talking to myself. And a lot of times that's just narrating what I'm... Don't forget my umbrella. A lot of times it's just me narrating what's going on in the game. And, well, that's great and all. Anybody can do that. I find it more enjoyable when I have an audience. Because, especially an interactive audience. And it doesn't have to be everybody. I'm sure, that there's always people that just like to listen to the stream. And, I am in fact one of those kind of people that usually just sits back and listens rather than interacts, unless, I've got something to say. Sometimes that happens. But, yeah, I definitely prefer having somebody to talk to while I play the game, you know? Um, or not necessarily to talk to, talk at, maybe. Um, it, 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 it's just different when I know that there's somebody that's, oh, oh, just dodge that. Okay. Uh, it's just a little different, I suppose. Oh, and landed. So glad these ships are durable. Well, mostly durable. They're, you know, getting hit by meteorites and falling through black holes tend to do a number on the ship sometimes. All right. Oop, missed it. There we go. All right, back over here. You know, it's pointing me right at it, too. I haven't been that way. Like, this I haven't really looked at yet, and it looks like there's a stairway over there. Let me see if I can get over there real quick. Like, this boat's probably going to wash away. Then again, I grounded it pretty well. I haven't been over here yet. I do know that there's those reels that I want to look at, but I also need to find a lantern to look at them too. They're pretty sturdy for being held together by wooden duct. That's true. Maybe it's like an ironwood of some sort. Or, you know, titanium. Okay, so open the door, have a look inside. Oh, okay. This is where I started the first time. That's the one that dropped me into the water the first time. And then I went that way. Okay. Let's see if there's anything on the land that I may have missed the first time. You want to know what the fan base calls the species in the DLC? Um, sure. I mean, they look like an elk or deer sort of race of some sort, at least from the portraits that I've seen. The owls. I can see that, yeah. Okay. I'm sure that they have a specific name for themselves, which I will find out when, slash I, if they name themselves. All right, first things first, I need a lantern. Shiplock calls them the inhabitants. Okay. Here we are. I can definitely see owl elk in that. A bit of a, I don't want to say evil grin, but kind of a skull-like grin to them, though. so we've got... Oh, this might be an easier way to look at this. Although it is rotated. Okay, so that was the bottom. That was the top. And this was going clockwise, so it's also reversed. Ooh. Also, there are other pictures on this one. Okay, let me find a lantern first. And internally they are ghost birds due to scrapped idea of what they were gonna be. Should really get a lantern. Yes, yes, indeed, I should get a lantern, and not a broken one. And let me just rip this off the side here. But no, okay. All right, I'm guessing that was uh, the dam getting ready to break. I think there were lanterns in this building over here. So let me just grab one of these. Yeah, there we are. A working lantern. There we go. And this is kind of an example of where I may take a little bit longer to observe something than than usual. Just finding out that there are multiple pictures on the reels by actually looking at them like this rather than picking one up and putting it in uh, the projector and using the projector. So, okay, this one, let me just use the interface so that time isn't passing us by. Uh, okay, in this one, it is much like the previous one I saw. I believe all the symbols are the same. This one is the planet. Oh, actually, this is probably uh like just with the all the swirls and stuff on it. This is probably the planet that is the eye, and that's the moon, the the wandering moon, just as it is as a planet. And then, of course, the symbol for the eye on the right. And, of course, the left symbol I don't really know. Have I beaten the base game? I have beaten the base game. Um, I have gotten two endings, I think. One ending, somebody helped me get by causing a paradox in the room with where they were testing out the black and white hole. You like grabbed one of each off the wall, plugged it in, and then you tested a a small project on how things come out of a white hole before they go into a black hole. Caused a paradox there to cause an ending. Um, and then I got, I believe, the normal ending, um, where I shot uh, the not the signal scope, the scout. I shot the scout through the portal to the eye, and it disappeared. And after all the credits rolled and you saw the new planet, the scout went flying by. That's the other ending I got. There may be more. I don't know. That is definitely something I want to try out in a more casual stream. At the beginning of this stream, I kind of mentioned I want to do something more casual that wouldn't be, I don't know, stream worthy. What well, whatever that may be, where I am trying to do things like getting all the achievements, just flying around, finding all of the text that's listed around, trying to land on the sun station with my ship, that sort of thing. Something that's going to take, cycles and cycles of tries to get through. That isn't necessarily fun to watch, but could be just a relaxing stream, I guess. Well, more casual than this casual stream, I guess. All right. Forward. Okay. There's some kind of music playing. So, it's the symbol for the eye. We've got our sun and the planets around it. So, maybe this is a photograph from the stranger as it's approaching, and it just kind of takes a picture of what there is. Come on, turn it to. I'll figure it out, and yes, there. uh, I really like to analyze it. I do, uh, and I try to, like, as I get. It's like when you're putting together a puzzle, you have a lot of pieces in place. You get a new piece, you're like, okay, where does this piece go? And you try it here, try it there. You figure it out before, you know, seeing the whole picture. I like to. And don't worry, teasing is perfectly fine. Uh, think of the slide as a piece. That's true. Not each frame. That's okay. So the entire reel as a piece. I got it. Okay, so I don't have a reverse button set, so I apologize. I might have to do a forward to get back to the previous slide. Okay, so a little bit of time passed. The eye starts glowing. Just worried our distraction would get you stuck thinking there was only picture. Well, again, you know, that first slide, in the building further on, the one that showed the three symbol thing on the left. Um, at that point, I thought there was only one picture on this. But when I took a step closer to the slide while it was on, or this reel, while it was on the shelf, I did notice that there were more pictures. So, um, I am now taking a closer look at it like this. If you watch a movie frame by frame, it will be hard to know what has happened. That is true. And now seeing that there is a second shot of this, I do want to do a few more frames because it looks like it is showing like what is going on. So the eye then is doing something, and you got it. No worries, you're doing fine. Thank you. And it is, I don't know, like maybe this is when the eye first arrives, or maybe this is its signal that it's sending out. Oh, then we're turning to another galaxy far, far away. Okay. And okay, yeah, now it is definitely a signal. We switch to this new galaxy, I suppose, is where the stranger or these guys have come from. And either The moon is getting bigger or it is flying somewhere. I've seen this picture somewhere before. In where I found all the lights, I believe, or the lanterns. So we've got somebody just keeping an eye on things. I guess they're on the moon. That was pictured because you see the planet with the rings up in the sky. First it's people calling galaxies universes, now it's solar system. Sorry, uh, I will get my words confused. That is true. It is a solar system, not a galaxy. Uh, then again, if the solar system, or if the galaxy is just comprised of one solar system, would that be wrong? Or would there not be a galaxy? Would it just be a solar system? I don't know. But you are correct. It is a solar system, not a galaxy. So we have an astronomer, or possibly astrologer. Wouldn't be a galaxy with just one system. That's true. I suppose. Yes. Uh, okay, this looks like the waves are coming by. His astrolabe, or whatever his thingamadoohickey is lighting up as uh, the transmission is coming through. Let's take a look at it. It's lighting up some more. And it is either showing a light to him or he's shooting light out from his eyes. Which I suppose, you know, if all of their structures are based off of light, then perhaps they do actually have glowing eyes that project light from them to make things work. That would definitely make sense for a race with glow in the dark eyes, or glow in the light eyes, even. Okay, so. Oh, then we get. Okay, this is definitely more of an owl face than the other things. So we've got a light. It's going across his eyes. And he's getting a vision, perhaps, of the eye, which, if it's sending out a signal, that would make sense. I guess that's his mouth that's opening up? Yes. Oh, but his eyes go dark. Maybe he's getting a realization of what's going on, or, of course, a new discovery. Saying, hey, come over here and take a look at this. Okay, now that he has stepped away, the light is definitely coming from the object, not from his eyes, I guess. Everyone's coming over to take a look. There's a lot more pictures on this reel than I thought there was. They look up into the sky and they see it far off in the distance. Oh. And something goes wrong. We get a view of that planet again. Again, without being able to see it, it's either the planet that their moon was orbiting, or it's the planet that the eye is. Good luck analyzing this. I'm trying. You know, I can kind of see obviously up at the top. I can see a little bit down the bottom right. But, you know. Okay, there is a structure of some sort. possibly the stranger. Maybe they're building it to fly to the eye. Yeah. Okay. So it is. They're building it. They have it mostly built. And then off they go. I mean, I'm sure that there's more than just the building of it that's burned away. There's got to be something else there that either they didn't want others to find out. Maybe the secrets to building it. I don't know. And then this is them going from their solar system to this solar system. And then we're back at the beginning. Okay. So, knowing all of that now, I want to compare this to the planet that they started at. So if we go to this. Okay. Their planet and moon, I guess. They live on the moon, it seems, orbiting their planet, which is orbiting the sun. Looks different than the one pictured in the first screenshot, which, again, I am going to for the moment, assume that it is the eye, or the planet that we end up, I guess, as close to the eye as we can get. I guess it's not really the eye. And we've got all of this. And then we fly over here again. Okay. That updated the log. So I can take that slide out. And we can go on to slide number 2. Sorry, I am spending all this time on it, but I am trying to understand it as I go. All right. So this, we've seen these 3 symbols before on the object that is normally, I point to it, but not only do I not have a cursor at the moment, I don't think you can see the cursor through OBS. Okay, so we've seen these 3 symbols before. From top to bottom, it was a 1, I guess in this case, a signal or something, like a signal coming from the top of the circle, or possibly, I don't know, it's just a representation of something at the moment. So 1 signal, 2 signals, 3 signals, which could represent something like in the Bramble, where you send the signal in and then you get multiple responses. Oh, and then we automatically or immediately go to stuff. Then we've got an ominous gateway or doorway or something. Hence the music, I guess. And it is closing. Possibly closing to keep a light inside. Alright. You've got one of these folk approaching. I don't know what this is. Looks like a light comes on the top. Maybe another kind of projector. Oh, okay. I see. Alright, so stuff happens. We get a door that closes, sealing away some kind of light. We have this guy coming in. He activates this, and it forms the first of 3 seals. Or I assume it's one of 3 seals, because if I bring this one back and we look at this again, like on the left side, that certainly seems like the door that was just pictured, and the other reel that I saw, the first reel I saw, where it was giving me a close up, just like this is of the planet, it was giving me a close up of the left one. I saw those 3 symbols on it. So we'll see where that leads to. Okay, so that was 2 reels. Just a double check in here. Make sure I'm not missing one that's on the shelf in obvious fashion. Alright. So we've got some things. The dam is not looking great at the moment. Let's have a little bit more of a look around then, while we still can. It did show a picture from... Oh. Watch my step. It did show, like the first reel I was looking at there, did show a picture from in here, I believe. Maybe not. These are different pictures. Alright, never mind. It wasn't a picture of those. It was a different picture. I was just remembering wrong. Or perhaps there's another building like this that has, like, that building right there, I think. One of these buildings has a similar setup that might have different pictures. Alright, so over here we have just a broken lantern. Ah, this is where I saw the chessboard. Another broken lantern. Then this is showing that. It's too bad I can't read this. Yeah, sorry, I I do not have a Discord. Sorry. I haven't, like, from my knowledge, I don't really have the time to keep a Discord updated, or to, regulate a Discord constantly. So I apologize. Maybe in the future. Right now, I just, I don't even have 50 followers yet, so uh, maybe, maybe once I get enough people, I'll think about it. All right. Let's oh, let's push it in. We will try to avoid the rapids, or at least the rocks in the rapids. All right. Can't really get up there, but maybe. Nope. We're gonna come back to this at the beginning of the loop again. Um, I do like that it is giving kind of a warning, like, hey, here's the halfway point. Here comes the oncoming flood. You should get a lot of your exploration done before bad stuff happens. And then, of course, there is the exploration after the bad stuff happens. So, oh, it's one of the ship thrusters. It's one. It looked a bit odd to begin with. All right, what did we learn? Sealed vault and burned slide reel. Slide reel that shows the origin of the stranger and its inhabitants. Several slides have been burned and cannot be viewed. Okay, and it is showing me close up. It's showing me the slide reel itself all the way through, and it's showing me the first view of the slide, which could be important information. I mean, it probably is important information. It just seems like that's where it would put the most important information. Sealed vault. A slide reel from the river lowlands showed a strange vault being closed and sealed with chains and a glowing symbol. Okay. That's the river lowlands. Sealed vault. My guess is probably, at least from what I've seen so far, I would hazard a guess that the sealed vault is that bell-shaped object that is underneath the reservoir, or in the reservoir. Other than that, Cinder Isles. Okay, so that's referring to the building that was burned out. Got it. Oh, and there's the Wandering Moon. And although you do have to fly to this every time, I mean, it gives you the option to go through the solar system as you see fit. I do wish that there was an option to start on the Stranger, I guess. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. Just, I'm hitting all the wrong buttons. Oh. Oh, that was interesting. Land upside down. What are you complaining about, ship? You're fine. Yep. Fine. It's all fine. I didn't know it was going to explode. All right. I think I'm heading up to that group up there. Actually, let me do this real quick. Want to have a little bit of a eagle eye view of some of this. Sure, it is far away. Also, can I assume I can just do something like this. That is an interesting way the gravity is taking effect. Oh, it's still moving. Interesting. It is floating. Alright, there's a bit of thing there that I wasn't able to take a look at before. Nope. Take gravity into effect. Maybe more like this. Nope. Maybe like that. Gravity's a little weird over there. Or when you get to the center. That's still going over there. Okay. Had to try. But that area is above the water, and I haven't gotten to explore that. That might be... Okay, there's that broken bridge. So that might be an area that I can't get to until I figure out how to get across that. That's the tower. I want to have a look at that area now, I think. I think that's just the way the tree looks. This looked kind of like a half circle of something right there. But no, that's just a tree. Alright, let's head over there. Unless I get distracted by something, which could very easily happen. Alright, we're over here. Slow down a little bit. Start heading this way. And we'll use that to get up there, I think. Excellent. Oh, and the little edges fold down. Didn't notice that last time, or any of the other times. Every time that flickers, I'm going to look around trying to see what's causing it, but I know I'm not going to see it. There's a horn going off. Alright, focus on this area first. That is probably a projector room. Just going off the symbol on the wall. Maybe I should have grabbed a lantern before coming this way. Ah, this should have a lantern in it. Yeah. And just double checking the pictures here. So those pictures do match the pictures that were in the other one up there, but not what I was thinking it was. Alright, we'll head over this way. I don't know if I've explored this while it was, not sunk into the depths. But I don't really have time to at the moment. Let's see if there are, in fact, there are. There are 1, 2. At least 2 reels in here to take a look at. Okay, and this was the place with the broken lantern. Where am I going? Down here, right? Yeah. Alright, so this will be the next one in the line. Perhaps... Alright, use this to take a look. Okay, so this may be a timeline of what's going on. Because the first one was them getting a signal from the eye and coming here. This one looks like it is the next one in the cycle, at least going clockwise. Let's see what it has to say. All right. So here they are. I'm guessing in their ship, the stranger. They're scanning in the direction of the eye. And it's giving them a vision of some sort. Okay, so it looks like it is giving them a vision of what the eye, the purpose of the eye. Perhaps. So they come out here thinking it's this great and wonderful thing. They get this vision, or that one person gets a vision of the eye obliterating everything, and he stops looking. Also, they've got like 2 thumbs. That's interesting. And so, I mean, we knowing what the eye actually does, he, or it, I guess, saw this vision, possibly stopped watching the vision before it got to the end. And seeing what it does. Yeah, okay. And this is where they burn down the building of the eye. Okay. Well, at least it wasn't as bad as I thought it could have been. Oh, and then we got the burned out portion. There's that circle symbol at the bottom that is in the combination lock. Got two people standing on either side. Of course, whatever's in the middle is obscured. Got a couple of chains coming down at the top. It's hard to see in the darkened part of this one. Oh, this one's a little better to look at. Alright, so there's the chains coming in at the top. There's a few chains in the middle. And then it's all gone again. I do see in the bottom left there, we're getting a view of space, and that's the stranger. Something in the top right, I can't quite tell what it is. And this looks like we're looking at something else again. No, the thing in the top right is still there, but the stranger has moved. And then we get our solar system. Let's see. Okay. And then they turn two-dimensional? No, they probably just activate their cloaking, or whatever it is. Their obscuring ability. Okay, so the first one is them building. They get the information, they build the ship, they go out to the eye. Unlike the Nomai, it seems like they find it and they scan it, and it gives them the information, or they obtain information from it, and they don't like what they see. But again, because we know better, it seems like they probably didn't watch the entire vision and stopped once they just saw that it destroyed everything, and, well, mostly destroyed everything. I guess it left their bones somehow. Whether or not actually that was the eye that did that, or if that's just what will happen in the future. They don't like what they see, and they blame it on the eye. So they then do something. They burn down the building, and then they go to the nearest solar system, I guess. Maybe they can't get home, just like the Nomai. Perhaps they spent too much fuel, or it was a one-way, or maybe it wasn't an actual vision, but by scanning it, let me take a look at this again. Okay, they scan it, they get a vision, it turns red. I think... Okay, there's their ship. I think this is... well, not our solar system, but the Harthians' solar system. Yeah. now that it is outlined. Okay, so this is a vision of what is to happen, not of what happens. One of the thoughts that went through my mind is by interacting with the eye knew where they were from and then vaporized their solar system. But that's not the case. So I think it's just showing them what is to come, and they don't like it. They burn down that, and then they do something. I don't know what they do here. This is probably referring to them locking some information away. Maybe something happened like, oh, what you said isn't the truth, so we're going to do something. I don't know. And then stuff happens in space, and then they show up here and hide themselves away. All right, next slide. Again, I do apologize for spending as much time as I do on each slide, but I do find it interesting. Like this, the way they put this game together is amazing, I think. You know, there are not too many games that are like this. All right, let's see what this one is. Okay, this looks like we're going to look at the second seal. We get this guy coming in out of the darkness again. Lights it up. And a second chain forms around the vault, I believe is what they call it. That's very short. All right. Again, I see the symbol in the middle of this, the concentric rings. So again, that's probably referring to something. Okay. Guess that's just a rug on the floor. Let's have a little bit of a look around this area. Alright, we have just perhaps a dining place. We now have 3 in this picture. I don't know if it is continuously showing us the same ones, but I don't think so. I think like that's just supposed to be a representation of, hey, these are the people that lived here type thing. Not so much, hey, it was 1 person in this frame, 2 in this one, and 3 in this one. Although it could be that as well. I don't know. Oop. No stairs there. And we've got another home here, I guess. Home away from home. Got 2 there. Just 1 there. We've got a lantern in here. Oh. Hold on. What is this? Oh. Okay, so that is the tower over there. And there's a secret path from somewhere. Alright, so that's the little walkway on the outside of it. Let me go take a look as I am walking into darkness. Okay, so if we head over here. How are we doing? It's getting close. Very close, in fact. Let me go over here to stable area. Hopefully the water. All right, good. The entire building wobbles. All right. So, picture was showing like over there. And I'm guessing I have to get to that before the dam breaks. Although, I suppose it's possible that I can't get to it until after. Oop. Well. Good. So, down here somewhere. Let me see. Back over this way. I suppose now that everything has fallen over, I might be able to get a good view from over here. Or maybe it's just hidden. Yeah. It's just either there. Oh, wait. I can kind of see it there, actually. Okay. So this is something I will have to do before the flood. Now, having seen a few things, I do kind of want to check out that area again. I don't know if I can... Okay, good. I can get up here. And I can vote. Okay, so it's not stuck there. So, heading over to the reservoir area. Having a look around there again. Specifically the, oh. That looks dangerous. Electrical wires? That might have something to do with the power shortage that happens early on. Alright, heading over this way. Kind of fighting the current. It's not letting me over there. Interesting. Oh, it kind of is. Never mind. I just have to push against the current a lot more. Boat isn't really pointed in the right direction for me to do this well. Oh, oh, no, no. Go back on shore, please. Nope. I don't think I'm going to get to shore. Right, maybe I can just wedge it here. Nope, that is in fact just a piece of wood that has gotten caught. I mean, it's working for the moment. But something I'm noticing is... Go back over here. Or not. Having a bit of trouble with rockets. Oh. Hello. Oh good, there is oxygen in here. Interesting. Ah, this is what I was looking for on the outside. Oh. Well, I mean, if you're gonna give me the option to, you know. Haven't roasted a marshmallow in a while. Not too close. There we go. Delicious. Okay. And there's the end of the cycle. So I don't think I can really do anything in here at the moment, other than doze off and roast marshmallows, which is good enough, I suppose. So this is where this is. And I'm guessing, maybe, unless there's like a crack in the shell or something, maybe this'll keep a oxygenated area inside. I mean, it has a fire, after all. So maybe I could get to this before it starts flooding. Maybe something is in here before that, like maybe this is closer to the fire or something. But more likely, I'm probably going to have to find out whatever it is, those statues that were shown for the seals. I'm probably going to have to find those statues and unseal this without, knowing anything else at the time being. Not that, I probably should unseal it, but that seems to be where it is pointing me towards for the moment. Because for the moment, this is the big mystery. I mean, for all I know, inside this is where they stored a copy of every reel that they didn't burn. I don't know. And by opening it up, I'd learn the truth about what happened, or something. But let me go check my notes in the ship once we're back here. Alright, up to the ship. And my notes. Alright, slide reel, submerged structure, and an island cave. Alright, a slide reel that shows the stranger's inhabitants analyzing the eye of the universe. Several slides have been burned and cannot be viewed. Okay, so they did analyze it. It showed them the future, or a possible future, for all I know. The island cave. I found a projection that reveals a cave entrance at the base of a rocky island with a tall tower. And, of course, the cave is easy to miss because you are usually going along with the flow of the water and can easily miss it unless you're looking backwards at the time. A submerged structure. A large metal structure suspended by chains. It can be entered by swimming from below. There's a sealed vault illuminated by a green fire inside the structure. And, of course, I just found that by accident because I fell off my boat, or was trying to get onto my boat. Found a strange vault wrapped in chains and marked with 3 glowing symbols. Slide reel from the river lowland showed the strange vault being closed and sealed. And a slide reel from the Cinder Island shows a glowing symbol and chains appear around a strange vault. Switch slideshow. Okay, so that's showing me the first one and the second one, and probably a third one if I find it, if it exists. I'm going to assume that it exists, but we'll see. That was all the new information I got this time. There's more to explore in the reservoir. Other than that, it looks like I found most everything in these 2 areas. Okay. So, I think I've been going for about 3 hours now. It's usually how long I like to run these sessions. When I don't have the time paused, it usually makes for a good 7 cycles. Did quite a few less this time, like 4 or 5. Well, I did do some half cycles, so maybe I did get 7 in. I didn't really count. But this is a fairly good place to stop for the night. As much as I'd like to continue, I do also want to take care of my voice. So, I'm fairly new at streaming, so my voice hasn't quite gotten to the point where I can go for more than 3 hours uh, too often. So, yeah, I think I will call it here for the night. Definitely going to be playing some more of this next week for sure. Um, as I mentioned earlier, if I do decide to do a kind of more casual uh, things that I wouldn't normally do on a stream, like getting all the achievements, that sort of thing, at least in the main game, I would stay away from the DLC in that instance. Um, if I do something like that, I will make a post on Twitter. You'll probably get a response from Twitch saying, "Hey, I've gone live," that sort of thing. Um, Otherwise, you know, I hope you all enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed having you all here. Thank you for all the follows. I certainly appreciate it. And yeah, I will talk to y'all next time. So, have a good night.